Hello, everyone. It is Peggy, and we are back for part 2 of the quantum leap. Had a little technical difficulty there. I accidentally pushed the button that says stop broadcast. It's right in the bottom of my screen here. And I thought I was pushing a button that said share screen. So it's not the words, Peggy. Okay, what's this, Trace? It's not only the words, Peggy says, but they also play. Aw, thank you. Guest 9501. All right, great. If you see it in your head, you can view it on your computer, says Ted. Yes. Yay. Yes, Sandra. Anders could definitely fix that with magic. Okay, refresh this page. Chat box, video stream is now on. Okay, so, all right, Trace, how do they see me on the video? Oh, Octavia, can you see me? You can see me now, Octavia? Ted, how about you? All right, guys. Yay! Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. All is well. Every business needs a Trace. Oh my goodness, I'm so blessed. Yay! Woohoo! All right, guys. Thank you, guys and girls, I should say. Wonderful. Encore part 2. Woo! All right. Yes. Oh, Trace is a gift from God. He's such a blessing. And since we're talking about quantum leaps and manifesting, we're going to go back in time and probably go back about, let's say, 5 years ago. And it was around this time of year. And I was speaking at a conference in Washington, D.C., and my wonderful friend and co-author, Brian Proctor, was at an event that I was at. And I was really looking to bring someone on into the business that could really help me with a number of things in the marketing space. And I didn't want just anybody. I was looking for the perfect person. And just like what we've been talking about in the first part of this webinar, is that you define it, right? You describe it, you define it, you connect with it as if it's already here right now. And I felt it. And then my wonderful friend, Brian Proctor, introduced me to Trace Haskins. Now, Trace is originally from the United States. He's living in Austria right now, although he's also going to have another home in San Diego shortly. And so I was blessed to meet Trace. Instantly, I knew. It's kind of like energetically, right? It's like when you feel somebody's authenticity and their presence, you know they're real. Like you really feel it. I knew Trace was not only talented, but he's just kind-hearted, genuinely cares about people. And it was so important to me in the business to have the right people, that people that also believe in that. And so I attracted Trace into my life, and we've been working together now for about 5 years. And he was working with other clients at that time, but I really, really wanted to bring Trace into the business full time. And so I made him an offer. And I sent him an email and I said, you have 60 seconds to decide, because successful people make decisions quickly. And you'll learn that in Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill studied successful person after successful person. That's what Think and Grow Rich is all about. And one of the things that he found as a common characteristic in successful people is that they make decisions quickly. So that's for you guys, okay? Go and make a decision quickly. You're going to get into amillionamonth.com as well. Okay, so just before I push the incorrect button and I got us over to ended the other thing, I want to do something now that's going to share my screen effectively. There we go. We're going to share the screen again. So now you can see my screen. And I want to talk to you about this surprise that Trace and I came up with. Now, as you may or may not know, if you know anything about me, I'm a little bit of a domain name-aholic. All right. I am loving domain names. But let me explain, where do these domain names come from? Domain names, the ones that I've registered, come from a passion. They'll come from an idea. They'll come from an inspiration. Let's say I'm thinking about, and this is how you ultimately end up with the perfect idea or ideas that you're going to bring forth to the world as well. It comes from passion. You make a decision on outcomes, and then you will get inspired with the ideas. So I'm constantly getting inspired with new ideas. And therefore, I have 633 domain names. Now, some of them are domain names like my name, Peggy McColl, which I would never get rid of. This morning, interestingly enough, when we're talking about domain names, this morning I actually received an offer for one of my domain names. And the domain name that I received an offer for is for a domain name called Destiny Dog. Destiny Dog. And of course, I love the name Destiny. My company's called Dynamic Destinies, Inc. I used to have Destiny on my license plate. And so Destiny is something that you get to create. And so Destiny Dog was inspired. I love dogs as well. It was inspired because I thought about creating actually these little toys, like toys Destiny Dog. Anyways, it was an idea that was created. I actually did a counter offer, and we'll see if I actually sell that domain name. But many of the domain names that I have, I don't use. And yet all of them were inspired by an idea. Some of them have big ideas. Now in the program, $1 Million in a Month, I talk about creating a $100 million plan. I talk about how I created a $100 million plan. And that really is for a lot of people, really expanding your consciousness, really getting into that thinking space. And I talk about this in the program as well. $1 million is neither big nor small, only thinking makes it so. And so what we're going to do is for anyone that signs up today, we're going to choose one person of the people that sign up today, and we're going to give you one of my domain names, one of my 633 domain names. Now, if you're looking at the screen right now, you'll see just some of them. And they're just starting. They're all in alphabetical order. I've got many, many different domain names. So we've got a lot of them that are available. But what we're going to do for one person that signs up today is we're going to offer you, we'll pull out some of the domain names that we're willing to let go of. And then I'm going to spend an hour with you on the phone showing you how you can develop a $100 million revenue plan with that domain name. And Trace is actually going to show you how to create a funnel for that domain name. So if you don't even have an idea, we're going to give you an idea. All right. Now, that's for one person that signs up today. We're going to create a draw, and we're going to make it so that you can be part of this draw when you commit to $1 million a month. Now you may be thinking, and I want to talk about blocks, the things that hold people back from success. One of the things that people allow themselves to be held back from success is they don't know how they're going to do it. Now, this is a really important point too. And I know we've been talking about many different important points throughout this entire program, but if you decide you want something, if you decide, or when you decide you want something, money is never the prerequisite. When you decide you're going to have something, you're going to find a way. Just think about all the things that you have in your home that you don't need, but you decided you wanted. You will find a way. So if you decide you want to be in this program, you're going to find a way. You make a commitment, you will follow through. I mentioned earlier that one of the blocks that people have as it relates to success is they think they don't have anything to share. I experienced that when I first decided I was going to write a book. Who am I to be writing books? Who am I to be running webinars? Who am I to be coaching people? Who am I to run live events? Who are you not to be? Like, you've got something of value. It's your perspective. It's your perception. It's the way you do things yourself. Like earlier when Ismail was asking me about what are the things that you do daily? You see, I've created success because I've disciplined myself, because I made a decision. I was dissatisfied with the way my life was, and I made a commitment. But it's not just something I did haphazardly once in a while. It was very focused, very direct, very deliberate. And I didn't let go. I grab a hold of my dream and I don't let go, and I suggest you do the same. Not that you're barking or biting anybody else, but you're holding on to that dream, and you will see it come to fruition. If you can see me coming from a life of misery, coming from a very poor upbringing, going to school with ripped clothes, feeling embarrassed for the way that I looked, living in a tiny little home, to creating a phenomenal millionaire's lifestyle, that didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because I was chosen as one of the people that would experience that. It came because I chose it. I suggest you choose it. You choose to live your dream life. Choose it now, and don't let anyone take it away from you. Do not allow yourself to take it away from you. I remember years ago when my husband Danny and I were looking for a home, and it was $1 million more than the one that we were in. And the home that we're in at that time was a significant price. But yet I felt that feeling of fear. And we talked about that earlier, where Someone on this call had expressed honestly how they were feeling fear. I felt it, but I also know that fear is a part of the process. When you're stretching yourself, when you're growing, when you've decided you're going for a quantum leap, when you're expanding, you're going to feel fear. And it's not that you're going to feel fear once and poof, it's gone. You're going to feel it again and again and again until you condition yourself. I had a friend drop by last night and she just got approval that she's moving forward on building a multi-million-dollar waterfront home. I said, how are you feeling? And she says, scared as hell. I mean, she is all consumed in fear, but she knows, she recognized, she was actually a client of mine first, and now we've become very, very close friends. She knows that's a part of the process. It is absolutely a part of the process, but you've got to keep moving. You got to keep the momentum going. You got to keep going in the right winning direction. You got to keep pursuing your goals, and you absolutely must invest in yourself. If you're not investing in yourself, you're probably going to struggle. You got to expand your awareness. The more aware you become, the better it's going to go. And that's what you want to be experiencing. It's like I often say, every day in every way, my life gets better and better. I say that every time I get out of the shower. I have certain shower affirmations that I say every single day. That's one of my affirmations that I say every single day. Now, you could walk into my home here now and go, holy smokes, Peggy, you got a pretty darn good life. Like I see your two Mercedes sitting out in front of your house. This is one of the most expensive houses. Actually, I think it is the most expensive house in the entire area. And we also own a waterfront place as well. Like, you got a pretty amazing life. This didn't happen by accident. It happened because I chose it. And now I know, and I've known this for many, many years, for decades, that I'm here to help you live your dream life because it's waiting for you. It's absolutely waiting for you. Your success is absolutely guaranteed. How can I help you? Well, there's a multitude of ways. This is one way. $1 million in a month is one way. The Power Life Script is another way. Either one of these programs will help you. They'll both help you. I have many clients who are in every program I offer. I have people that have been in the Committed Author program, and they love the Committed Author program because they're working on leaving their legacy, and they're working on creating that dream life. I have people that are in my Way to Riches program. I'm just looking at my different, the Prosperous Author is an event that I'm doing here in Ottawa in a couple weeks. Come join. It's like peanuts. Trace dropped the price by 90%. Go to theprosperousauthor.com. Now, I don't want to confuse you with too many ideas. We really want, I believe, out of everything that we've ever created, and we've created some pretty amazing things, some pretty amazing value-loaded programs. But I think this is the most value-loaded program we've ever created. And how do I know that? Because I felt it when we created it, because I know what a difference it's made in my life. I know what a difference it's made in many people's lives. People that have also created online businesses out of an idea or out of thin air, out of a desire, and created phenomenal success, earned multiple millions of dollars while keeping everything else in the right priority. What's the priority? What are your most important values? For me, my most important value is my family, that's my most important value. I just checked out the time here. Wow, it's 3:26 already. So what we would love, what Trace and I would love, is to serve you over there in the program, in $1 million a month. Get your butt over there right now. Get yourself registered, and we're going to see you in there. I still don't see anything. It says guest 4772. Don't see anything? Maybe guest 4772 hasn't refreshed their screen. Hopefully you're going to refresh your screen. Awesome. So Liz says, does the $1 million in a month include ClickFunnels monthly hosting? Online marketing is crucial. Will Trace help us out to use the right platform to use for a better conversion? The internet is crowded versus competition. You got to see it differently. You got to look at the internet as huge and abundant. It's not crowded with competition. Well, I guess it is in some degrees. You got to look at it differently. There's 4 billion people online, trillions of dollars being developed in e-commerce. You got to look at it that way. And yes, it is a great question. It doesn't include the platform, but we do include training on ClickFunnels as well. So thank you very much, Trace for answering, and Liz for asking. All right, thank you, Guy. I appreciate you guys. We're going to call it a wrap right now. And it has been my absolute pleasure to serve you guys. I would love to see you in $1 million a month. Get over there, get yourself registered, and we'll be serving you over there, both me and Trace. We want to see you materialize your goals. Earlier in this call, when we did the first part of the call, we asked you to connect to what it is you'd really love. What would your quantum leap be looking like? We want to help you live it. All right. So you can go back. You can watch these again if you want. We've recorded everything. So we'll have it there. Yes, you have until tonight. You have until tonight, Ted, until midnight tonight on the West Coast. We'll give you, that's 3 a.m. for me. So absolutely. So I'm wrapping it up. You're going to have the replay. Trace is going to take care of making sure everybody gets the replay as well. All right. My pleasure to be here with you. Thank you, Trace, for always being here to help serve these people. We want to see you guys all experience your quantum leaps and live your dream life, because you know what? You absolutely deserve it. Absolutely deserve it. Trace is absolutely going to be in Ottawa in 2 weeks. Phil, are you coming? Are you coming to Ottawa for the Prosperous Author event? If not, come here. You're going to meet me and Trace. All right, guys, great to be with you. Have yourself a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. It's been my absolute pleasure to be here with you. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.